Hello traders, it's Tomek here from Nikos Trading Academy and welcome in my weekly Forex forecast. So market is a little bit slow recently, but this is how it is when we trade. So there are periods where price is volatile and there are periods where we have to wait patiently, especially in terms of the swing trading. And right now this is the period like this. But still we can have some opportunities because even if market is slow, some pairs are on the quite interesting level for us. So first is Aussie dollar US dollar. As you can see here, we last time we said about breakouts of this level, of those trend line here and this trend line, and we had breakout here. Even we had short setup, but unfortunately it was a false breakout. Price didn't continue to go to this support level. This was our setup. Yes, this 1 2 3 here. If you want to jump in entry here, stop loss above, you would be kicked out here. Price didn't follow this, but went up again to retest this trend line, okay? And right now we are still around this line. So just like a short reminder, because pairs are more or less the same like last week, we have still this trend line. We see how this trend line right now is holding. We have two levels right now from the weekly chart, this trend line and this resistance. Where is our next possible target when price decide to break this trend line here? And if this happens, those are the next level where price might to stop. And if we like, we can try to find another level of the resistance just in case this previous spike with this previous bottom is our next level. Okay, it's weekly is still, you see, we are still the down momentum, but of course retracement also can happen. Okay, so we had this false breakout here, price didn't continue to go down, so right now we can just adjust our lines and simply say, okay, we have new line. If price breaks this line, then we go to this. If price breaks this trend line together with the highs, this is our next possible target. Okay, so we go to 4-hour chart. Right now we have this trend line, which is also nice. We see that price is, sitting on this line. We have to also sometimes adjust. The previous line was like this. Okay, we had, you see, price was spiking here. We had small reaction, then we had like a false breakout, and price went down. So we want to adjust a little bit our line just to have it in the right place. Okay, so we have right now this line, and the situation is exactly the same like last week. We simply wait for possible breakout. So if you jump in here, for example, and this was losing trade, and you see this situation again, and this would be losing trade, it's better to stay away from this pair to see a little bit more cleaner direction, because our perspective is that short entries are with main move. Yeah, so it's like a weekly is right now pointing down and daily is also pointing down, so short entries are in our favor. Okay, so this is what we have. Short scenarios here or long scenarios here. Of course, we can combine this with lower time frames like 1-hour chart entries here or here. Everything here is okay. We go to Euro New Zealand. And Euro New Zealand, last time we said about bounces and continuation to go long or breakout and target this daily trend line together with the 36 CMA. And we see here that price started to range, broke this level, reach this, and is also breaking this, and it looks like it's trying to go down. Okay, weekly chart, we have all the levels here. We set about the possible retracement to this support level or lower. Right now it seems that price is breaking. So last week, unfortunately, you see, we didn't have any chance to jump in here. Okay, price simply started to range. So we don't have any signals to jump in. We had this range, so if this happens, if you don't have any signals, then you of course wait for breakouts of the range, and then you look for buys, target this, sell entries, target this. But unfortunately, here we didn't have enough room to trade this. Definitely on the 4-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, there was no signal. Yes, only if you like, maybe 15-minute chart. Let's see, 15-minute chart also didn't give us nothing special, only this setup here. So you see, sometimes it's like that. We wait for something, but we don't have signals to jump in. This is also what happens, and you don't want to chase. Yes, if you do not have signal, you just wait for another opportunity. Yes, you are not chasing this. Okay. And you see here that we have short 1 to 3, but this, for me, this was not good setup to take, because simply we were on the strong profit zone, which is trend line and the 36 from the daily chart. Yes, but right now it seems that price like to break, so we can start to pay attention right now to sells. Okay, so on the 4-hour chart, if you see that price stays below, if you get set up below, this is your option to sell. Okay, target is the support zone, or right now a little bit late entries because price already moved around 250 pips, but it's still okay to look for possible short scenarios on the 1-hour chart here. Okay, so this is also okay to trade. Remember to lower the risk because price already moved. And if this is false breakout, because this also might happen, that this is just spike, yes, and then price decide to go up. Let me delete this line so we will see a little bit better. You draw this 2 to 3 line, and if this is false breakout, yes, and price decide to reverse, then you start to buy, and this is your next goal. Okay, so we have 2 scenarios right now for the Euro New Zealand. We can just check 4-hour chart to adjust our line here, and we have this line. So if this false breakout, you look for buys, and here you look for sell entries right now. GBPAUD. This is something which I added. You see price action, maybe it's not so perfect here, but we are on the good level right now. So that's why I decided to add this. Anyway, we have resistance here on the weekly chart. Price, you see, made double top. We have this up move. Okay, so price is still pushing up on the weekly chart. In case if price decide to go up, we have next trend line, next resistance here. And if price decide to retrace 36 EMA together with the trend line, together with possible support zone, which is around this area, are our next good targets. Okay, and then from this level we can expect bounces and continuations or breakout. And if breakout happens, this is our next level. We go to daily chart, and daily we see that is a little bit funny chart. We don't have clear volatility, if I can say like that. Yes, because simply you see price just went up, started to range, then went up, double bottom, again a little bit in the range, but we are on the good levels, and higher time frames are also nice. So that's why I decided to put this. But if you are not sure about the price behavior, price momentum, always remember that we have 2 choices: lower the risk or do not trade. Okay. So this is our line here. This is our 2 to 3 line, and simply there is nothing to do right now but wait for possible breakouts in this up move, or breakout of this, and then we try to sell. There is only one. There is only one small issue: this support. Okay, this support might also, price might react. So if you see breakout of this, low risk, because if price because price might bounce here, and yes, and then we'll get a little bit bigger move. So this is the only thing, but still I'm okay. So if this happens, for example, yes, that price is breaking this, there is no continuation to the next levels, but it's just like a spike, and then price decide to go up after breakout of this line. You can look for buy entries and target this resistance. Okay, so if we go to lower time frames right now, let me just adjust the trend line. So this is our line, so we simply wait for possible breakouts, yes, here or here. Okay, so this is GBP New Zealand. Let's go to GBPN, and GBPN is still in the same area. Nothing really changed. Price still reacting around the daily resistance, so we still have to wait. Okay, we have all the lines. I pick up this pair still to show you that if there is nothing, there is nothing. We simply have to wait. Yes, this is also in trading, is also about the patience. So we don't want to chase our trades, but we want to just trades to happen in the way how we see this. Yes, because in the way how we see this, we know that if we continue to do this, we will have like long-term profits. Okay, so this is a good example. So on the GBP yen, all lines are exactly the same like from last week. We have resistance, we have support level, we have a weekly trend line, another support zone, daily trend line. So we simply wait right now for possible breakout here, or we look for breakout of this line and we look for sell entries, target this support zone together with the trend line. And this level is good for possible bounces and continuation. But if this is broken, then we can target this. Okay, so we patiently wait, nothing to do. Aggressive traders can look for another up move. Yes, and when price reach this, look for short bounce entries again. Okay, short bounce entries, target this trend line. But you need to be close to the resistance, not maybe exactly at this top, but at least somewhere, you see, at least around this level. Okay, but keep in mind that price spiked, so if you want to be protected, it's better to place stop loss above this. Yes, but this is also another chance, another possibility that short bounce entries around this resistance here, so we can just leave the lines and we will see next week what will happen. GBP New Zealand. GBP New Zealand, we said about bounces and on this trend line continuation, late entries to retest the resistance or breakout and trade in the retracement. Okay, and we see that price bounced here on this trend line. So what happened? Did we have any entries on the 1 hour chart? Yes, we have. Yes, you see, I'm not sure if you see this. So this was our setup, of course late, but we had this. Yes, so we have breakout, retracement, our entry, our stop loss. Okay, so if this is our entry, stop loss is around 85 pips, target 160, more or less. Okay, first target would be hit. Okay, but then you see that price started to range. So in this way, what we would like to do, if you jump in here, yes, and price went up, started to range. Okay, you see the spike, you see still range, you take your stop loss and you trail it to break even. Okay, you don't want to make that this position as losing trade, especially that price did exactly what you expected, but didn't went exactly to the resistance point. Okay, of course I draw the highest point, but generally you see, I always repeat this, that resistance is range. Yes, so this is the resistance. This whole area is our resistance. Okay, not only our line. I just draw the highest point to have the highest point, but still you see price retested this resistance. Okay, yeah, and then decide to go down. Yeah, so sometimes you have situation that price will go higher to retest and maybe even make false breakouts, but sometimes not. Yes, so you see, in this case, if you see that price is struggle, you just trail stop loss to break even. You don't want to have you don't want to convert, especially here after this, strong daily up move around 1,500 pips. You see how late you are, yes, by trading this, but still some opportunities are possible. So price broke. So we had this, okay. Then we adjust the line. We have this line, okay, because you see price spiked, went up, so we have right now a new line here. And what we can do, exactly like we said here, we look for buy or sell. And here price broke the line and made our for us two signals here. First was here, okay. Here was the first one. Entry stop loss around 70 pips. Let's just select our 36 on the weekly chart, daily, so we'll see if this is worth to try. 70 pips, 120. Okay, yes, at least 1.5, or this setup. Okay, this was a little bit more tricky, but still entry stop loss around also 70 pips, 120, 30. So it's okay. Yeah, so we see we had two setups. First target wouldn't be hit in this case, and still not. Yeah, so first target was not hit. We are right now on the situation that price also for our chart, yes, give us signal, entry, stop loss, but you see stop loss is a little bit bigger, 100 pips. Target, not nice, yes, at least we want to have 1.5. Yes, but still, if you say, okay, I'm okay with this, I will just manage everything around the daily 36 EMA. You can still jump in with small risk because you might say, okay, maybe I will get this bigger retracement, so my targets are also will be filled. Yes, so this is also your opportunity. But you know, everything is about the money management. Yes, so keep in mind about this here. Okay. As long as you know what you do, and as long as it with your trading plan, all is okay. Yes. Later on, we just build conclusions from those trades. So we had this right now. What we can do right now, we can still trade this for possible retracement. The thing is that we have also here 4-hour chart support level where we have just pay attention. Yeah. So if you jump in on the 1-hour chart here, yes, and keep in mind to try to manage your targets around this level, because what can happen, 36 will go up, yes, and price still might to range here. So we see that price reacted here. We also have those previous tops. So this support zone is quite okay for price also to retest this. Okay, so all entries should be managed here. Of course, if you take this on the 4-hour chart, it's okay still. Okay. This is our 4-hour chart trend line. Let me delete this. If we see momentum that price, you know, is breaking 36 EMA together with the support zone, then we can try to sell. Okay, we can try to sell. We then will trade in the retracement of the weekly chart. Okay, so we will be trading against the weekly, but it's okay to trade this. Because there is a lot of room for this retracement, or if price holds this, because situation might be that price will, you know, bounce here, little bit range, maybe spike, and if this situation is held, 36 will go here. Then, in case if price breaks this trend line, we can look for buys. Okay, we can look for buys, and of course, where is our goal? Now we can just draw line with more spikes, more touches. This will be our line. Yes, so basically we want to trade here. And intraday traders, if your right now spread is huge because it's weekend, but basically, if you like, you can still intraday traders, scalpers. Yes, you have short 1 to 3. You wait for breakout, and then you can go to 15-minute chart. Right now, this is spikes, big spike, so difficult to say, yes, but if you have any signals that will get like a 1 to 3 here, you can look for intraday traders, intraday trading combinations. Of course, here after breakout or here after breakout, you can look for 1-hour chart or lower time frame entries also. New Zealand dollar, US dollar is the last one. I changed this. Last week we had New Zealand dollar CAD. They are more or less the same, but I changed this because we have, in case of the breakout of the daily trend line, we have more room to go comparing to New Zealand dollar CAD. When New Zealand dollar CAD, maybe I will show you, just you have an idea what I mean. So let me just put here New Zealand dollar CAD. We will do top-down approach, and I will show you a small difference. Okay, why I prefer to have this one comparing to New Zealand dollar CAD. So using the US dollar, previous low, what gave us support zone, yes, but again, you see, this is our support and this is also our support. So we still have a little bit room to go lower, but generally price already retested support. Yeah, so we can just leave those two lines just to have them. And resistance area is where is price is right now, so we have to look for another, and another will be here. Okay. Any trend line on the weekly chart, only this line. So we are far away. We don't need to draw this. Okay, so we have everything on the weekly. Now we go to daily. And what we have on the daily chart, this trend line here. Okay, so price is right now where? On the strong level, which is 36 trend line plus resistance area. Okay, so we are on the really strong line. So if this is broken, we look for buys. We know where is our next goal. If price bounce here, we look for short entries and we target this or this. Okay. And but we have to draw here. Also, we had false breakouts too. You see, we had this false breakout, but here we didn't have setup. Price broke it, and maybe on the 1 hour chart, even not on the 1 hour, no, maybe here, yes, if we would really like to trade, this would be our entry. Okay, so also here there was false breakout, price didn't continue. But keep in mind that often when we have, you see where we trade. Yes, price already moved around 600 or even 700, yes, around 700 pips. So this is late. So false breakout can happen. Yes, definitely. Yes, but maybe price will just retest this and then we'll continue. Okay, so we have to adjust our line right now. This is our new line. And we simply wait for breakouts of the 2 levels for the swing traders. Okay, so we trade like this. Bounce traders or intraday traders are okay to trade in this area because we have enough room to this line. It's around 50 pips. So how we can use this situation here to trade, if you like. If you don't like, you simply wait for breakouts. But if you like to trade in this area, we have 1 hour chart trend line breakout. So what we can do, we can, for example, right now 15-minute chart give us our signal to sell, entry, stop loss. Okay, so this is like a bounce trading combination with the classic approach. Yes, bounce on the resistance level, trend line resistance, and short entries because price might retrace where back to this. In between you have 36 where you have to manage your positions if you jump in, because what can happen, price might retest this and may try again. So if this happens, you can still try to sell as a bounce aggressive entry. Okay, so this is another option. Right now you have to wait for another possible short scenarios on the 15-minute chart to look for short entries, and keep in mind about the 4-hour chart 36. If this is broken, you can still look for the intraday trades to target this, and in case of the breakout, you have next target. And what is the difference comparing to using the CAD? I will just quickly show you. Because here on the using the CAD resistance is a little bit higher, and we also have trend line like this. Okay, so you see the line is a little bit higher. Even if I take this, we will see that we have different angle also of this line, and we can also draw this line like I drew it previously. Okay, so we have more or less 2 lines. And you see that here we are a little bit, okay, short entries are still fine as long as price is breaking 36. But in terms of the possible buy scenarios, it's not so obvious, yes, because like I said, we have, for example, we can draw it like this. We have more touches, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see, price still might go here and bounce and react, yes, and it's still okay. Price is breaking 36 EMA, but this is only EMA. As long as we can draw the trend line, we should pay attention more to trend line than EMA, okay? And using the US dollar right now is on their strong trend line. So in case of the breakout of the zone, we have probably door open to this resistance. Okay, so that's why I prefer to choose New Zealand dollar, US dollar, comparing to New Zealand dollar CAD. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this. Remember patience. Yes, this is the key to long-term success, with, of course, other things like trading plan and trading journal, but patience is really key. So simply wait for setups. If you have setup, jump in without hesitation. If you do not have setup, just wait for another opportunity. Okay. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me or just leave the comment. So wish you all a wonderful week and see you soon. Bye.